love me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tax. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, Tower music, nigga.
Hey, YouTube,
me.
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, top of the top, the hustle don't stop. You know who it is. Big Dice the Ruler. Been outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for pulling up in the building. I mean that sincerely. I'm glad I got some women up in the building. Finally got my guy, dog, soldier, city boy Floyd up in the building. I'm noticing the women is starting to overpower the men.
They're starting to overpower the men over here. I'm not upset with them. Grown folks conversation. They starting to really understand the grown folks conversation. I got some things to talk about today, y'all. I'm all in the green, too. I'm all in the green in my YouTube studio. Them numbers is up. Them hours is up. Them subscribers is up. The members is up. I appreciate everybody that's holding it down for me. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? That's my Cyrus voice. From Warriors. Can you dig it? We got the Rolling Street Curls right next to the daggone Black Street Boys. We got the Kings of Thieving right next to the boys from Brooklyn. 3,000 police, 20,000 gang members. We run this city. Can you dig it? Y'all know I'm smoking that weed. Don't be paying no attention to me. You know I'm a little slow. I got a little Down syndrome. Little Down syndrome. But if y'all can hear me crystal clear. Anybody but a dead body. Put them dice cubes. Put dice cubes in the chat for me. Vibes just hit me too. Shout out to Bad Vibes. He just hit me. He should be popping up in the chat in about 37 seconds. I see y'all is holding it down for me. Thank you, Miss Pam, for letting me know that the audio is crystal clear. Thank you, Annette, for letting me know. Thank you, Tanja, for letting me know. Let me shoot to the top right. Let me get to the top right quick. Shout out these good people, beautiful people that's in the building. Can you dig it? We got Miss Pam, godmother to now. She is over here. She's over here. I see you. Dog Soldier, last Boy Scout, Dog Soldier in the building. We got the Cincinnati up in the building. We got Cali with Love in the building. Angie, baby, is in the building. She said, I'm at work, but listen, got you playing. We got the Sister East New York, official Old School Brooklyn. Old School Brooklyn is in the building. Let me see who else we got up in here so far. I know we see my guy, City Boy Floyd. We got Miss Tanja in the building. I see you, Tanja. Yes, I do. We got Eve James in Yo, Eve. Cali Gallison right now. Tell blood clad. Diamond blood clad shooter come to the blood clad shot. You know, see me? Bad man shot. Bad man. Tell a diamond blood clad. You got Eve in the building. You got my guy, City Boy Floyd. And matter of fact, I'm glad the women in the building because I'm trying to do it this weekend. We got Little Maine. Yo, shout out to Little Maine here in the building. Little Maine, the BR is in the building. Appreciate y'all for pulling up in the building. Kills 22. I see you in the building. I see you pulling up. I'm pulling up. I'm not saying we're gonna get right. We're gonna get right. I got see, we got good people in here so we can get it out because now, tell you the truth, it's Thursday. It is Thursday. I'm trying to do this. Matter of fact, I got to find out first. Shout out to Chillin' with Love. I'm about to do the conversation with Chillin' with Love. We about to fuck up YouTube. Grown folks conversation. She let me know that she was off tonight. She let me know she off Saturday. So you got to do is let me know, girl, which day you want to do it because I'm off. But I'm definitely going to do the second edition. The second edition. I mean, this is a conversation I think we got to have. I got the second edition of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I need great minds on the panel. I need my guys up here. It can hold 10 people. Shit, if we can do 5 men and 5 women, I shoot for it. If we can do 2 men and 2 women, if we can do 3 men and 3 women, 4 women, 5, et cetera, as long as we can get this question that's been lifelong. It's a lifelong question between the two dynamics of men and women. That's why I say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, because they say we totally think, they say men, we usually have the same compass in our thoughts. But I'm talking about men, ladies. I'm not talking about little boys. I'm not talking about men with little boys' intentions in their mind. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about grown-ass men, ladies. We understand who we are. We understand our responsibilities. We understand who we are as men, not as babies, because there are people caught up in their second childhood. There's people in their higher ages that are acting like kids. I'm just not one of them. I want to know something, because men, we got our own analogy of what we feel as though we deserve and what we need and what we want from a relationship. And ladies, y'all have y'all whole idea of what y'all want and what y'all are yearning for when it comes to a relationship. But I think it's time that the men and women get up on this platform and talk about it. And then maybe, you know, if it don't help the people that's on the platform, it might help somebody that's in the chat. It might help somebody that's not typing in the chat. It might help somebody that's never typed in nobody's chat. They just might be passing through, paying attention to conversation. But I'm ready for it, because there's so many things I want to get some air-like men up here and some air-like women up here. I mean, grown folks business without any bullshit, any trolling, any disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Moving like adults. I want to know, what is it that women really want out of relationships? Because there's so many things that women say they want, but it seems like it all narrows down to the same thing. Security. Security. Protection. To feel appreciated. To feel appreciated. Men, we're not really too hard to deal with. Good little meal every now and then. You ain't even got to keep the crib completely clean, because I clean up. You know, it's a new day now. We sharing the responsibilities in the household now, the chores and all that. Ain't nothing wrong with no man cleaning up his fucking house. Talking about, yo, that's what a woman is supposed to do. No, that's what anybody that's living in that house is supposed to do, especially if it becomes cluttered or junky or messy. Hey, Queen Gigi. Yo, Queen Gigi, I need you here. I need you to get your homegirls too. Y'all better go over there and subscribe to Queen Gigi. Because we're going to do this Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Women. Miss Kevin Jones, I see you in the building, beloved. Miss Pam says, we want men to be faithful. That's a fact, and that we don't do grown folks shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as we keep that great energy over here. Miss Tanja, all of y'all are more than welcome. Whoever wants to pull up on the platform, you can. You do not have to come up here and be behind your avatar. You know, you might have a bad hair day. You might be missing a tooth. Shit, you might be suffering from leprosy. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Just let me see who you are behind the scenes. And then when you get up here, you can get right behind your avatar. Just long as I see who you are, I don't even have to see you. You can go like this. You can put your hands up and be like, yo, this me. I'm a human being. We can get up here and get this shit going. Word up. See, shout out to my beautiful mother. See, this is one thing I will say. Shout out to my beautiful mother. See, she always told me this. She said, yo, it's only one thing you're going to need a woman for, and that's for your existence, to continue our name. My mother taught me the importance of all the chores in the household before I was even outside in the street. You know, we was a kid. Yo, you want to go outside to the park, you want to have to clean your room up. And then it started getting a little more complicated. She said, oh, you want to go outside to the park? Well, you know what? You might have to sweep down the hallway. You might have to mop down the hallway. Matter of fact, do them dishes for me, boy. I done cooked all day. See, my mom's was like the black Miss Miyagi. Like certain things she was telling me to do when I was young, I'd be like, man, why you don't do it? You know how we used to be coming up. Why you gonna do this shit? Why don't you wash the dishes, Mom? You sitting over there talking about you tired and you watching TV. You watching St. Elsewhere's. I want to be playing my video game. But my mom's was teaching me how to take care of myself. I didn't understand it. I love her so much for that now. Holly, I see you. All she was doing me how to do was take care of myself. When I got to a certain age, because we always had a washing machine in the dryer, she said, nigga, I'm going to show you how to wash your own clothes. I'm not going to be washing your clothes. She said, the only grown man clothes I'm washing is your father's. And that's when he wasn't getting on her nerves. So I think that we should be able to come together as adults, bring a great dialogue together as adults, and then we might be able to help each other. That's why I said I wanted to start the series. Ben said it, but I just wanted to do it to the fact where I didn't just want to have anything or just put something and rush something together. No, I want people that understand what I expect of everybody that comes up here. If you participate in it. This is the expectations to participate in this. All you got to do is be an adult. All you got to do is be honest. You don't have to answer every question, but I do want your input. Liddy, I see you. Miss Pam said, fact, some moms do everything for boys, and that's a mistake, because when these boys become teenagers and then become adults, and then they can't get no woman to be around them because these characteristics are flaws. Dog said, some people don't have the mental capacity to have a conversation. That's why I'm very, very, very mindful about who I be having up on this platform. See, we ain't got to worry about that over there. Because if anybody know by now about me, I'm not doing no fuckery. I'm not doing no disrespect. I'm not going to allow no disrespect. And I'm not going to allow no fuckery. That's my right. I pay that $45 a month. That's my right. And I tell you the truth, it's been going pretty good. It's been going pretty good. I told the trolls, you're not welcome here. Unless when you come here, you act like a human being. Now, if you want to troll in all them other chats, go ahead and do that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people just born to troll. Knock yourself out. But over here, somebody gonna shoot you. You gonna get shot trolling over here. That's a fact. You gonna get shot trolling over here. You will not disrespect. We don't even, y'all already know how to, we not disrespect. First of all, I don't even have to shout out to my nigga Tube. He the one that had me so adamant on making sure the respect was in the chat from day one. We're not going to be disrespecting each other. I don't give a fuck. If you got a problem with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Humble yourself for a minute for the greater cause. It ain't that serious. I think people just be having down low infatuations with people and just don't know how to say, yo, I like you. That's what I really be thinking a lot of this shit comes from. I think this really comes from, all jokes aside, people just afraid or shy and don't know how to say, yo, you know what? I dig your style, man. You're a little bit crazy. The shit kind of interesting to me, but it's something about you that has me interested in getting to know you. Can I get to know you? You understand what I'm saying to you? Before just getting up saying, oh, fuck that bitch, oh, fuck that bitch, fuck that bitch, oh, fuck that bitch. But deep down in your heart, every time she go live, you sitting up ass naked with baby oil looking like you at one of them Puff Daddy parties. Facts. Facts. I'm glad I got some ladies in the building too, because it's something I want to talk to before I get into this show. Something I wanted to show y'all right quick. I want to show y'all something right quick, because shout out to Keisha Cole. She had something up. They said, I'm trying to find out something, because I had the whole age group fucked up. Because now, see, this is the age group when it comes to women. Auntie, Cougar Auntie, and Thundercat. See, when I was coming up, we had a different denomination when it came to numbers pertaining to Auntie, Cougar Auntie, and Thundercat. Because, see, we call Thundercats when they in they late 60s. Damn, Harley, sorry to hear that. Rest in peace. Damn. Another thing I got to we talk about mental illness. Depression is fucking us up as men. My man Liddy said, I ain't heard none of them. So check this out, ladies. From the ages of 28 to 34, you considered an auntie. From the age of 35 to 41, doing this pertaining to the new YN definition of cougars and stuff. 28 and 34 is an auntie. 35 to 41 is a cougar. 42 to 45 is a cougar auntie. And 46 and up was a Thundercat. That's a Thundercat. That Thundercat. That That's that Thundercat. Ladies, do y'all agree with this? Because if y'all are between the ages of 28 and 34, ladies, y'all are considered in the world as an auntie. If y'all between the ages of 35 and 41, y'all considered a cougar. Now, if y'all between 42 and 45, they calling y'all the cougar auntie. But if y'all is 46 and up, that's that Thundercat pussy. Excuse my language, but they got y'all as Thundercats. See, I thought a Thundercat was the late 60s. See, I thought the Thundercat was them late 60s. You know them old women that be them Eastern Stars? You know them old Eastern Stars that be having all that money and they be saying, they'll find me a little young boy, I could buy him a little PlayStation 5, you know what I'm saying, and get him a little Honda Accord, get him about 3 or 4 of them Jordans, and he gonna be all right. He gonna come home and I'm gonna feed him good. See, that's what we be talking about with them Thundercats. You know, the Sister Sarah that's in church. You know, Sister Sarah with the beautiful bonnet. She always got the beautiful hairdo when it comes to Easter. She always got that beautiful hairdo when it comes to Easter. That's what we call that Thundercat. Children of Love said, I accept it. He said, I accept it. Wow. This shit right here really fucked me up. See, my man Liddy, the Hispanic LL Cool J, he just said something that I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I didn't want to spend too much time on it. He said the word stallion. We got stallions, milfs, cougars, and them mamas. When the fuck did this happen, y'all? When did these motherfuckers get together? I want to know, when did these two people get together? When I done showed you a video with his dick. I done showed you the video with Megan Stallion dick coming from between their goddamn legs. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So talk to me about this nigga here. What's going on with Clay Thompson? What's happening with Clay? I really want to know what's happening with Clay, because hold up. You see what they done did? He throwing up gang signs too. So you know that's the first thing. He throwing up them gang signs. Megan Thee Stallion and Clay Thompson are now a couple. Before I start, ladies, I want y'all to give me how y'all feel about that. Kills 22, talk to me about this right quick, my brother. Eve, talk to me about what's going on right here. When did this happen, and how do you feel about this? How y'all feel about this? Megan Thee Stallion, Clay Thomas have been spotted all over the world. They was just in Aruba. They was just in Aruba, and she was sitting in a private resort or a house or a mansion, whatever the hell he rented, and they overemphasized his legs in the background. You know why I thought about this? You know why this really ran through my head? And then said, I didn't really care about it too much. You know what I'm saying, guys? Kill said, yo, she been messing with a bunch of basketball players. She definitely clout chasing, Eve said, looking for help for when Tory get out. So ain't nobody just heard me say when I played the video when a dick fell out. Y'all just jumping over that because it's Clay Thompson? That's y'all telling me? That's y'all telling me? I played a video with a penis falling out. Yeah, I did. So you mean to tell me he ain't seen a penis? You mean to tell me they in Aruba right now, right? They in Aruba. But he ain't never seen a penis? I don't go fuck with none of y'all talking about right now. I give myself 10 seconds over this. Y'all ain't gonna jump over this shit. Y'all not gonna jump over this. This is something that's not gonna be not talked about when I'm talking today. Now, hold on. Let's rewind because maybe I think y'all need some time to talk about what I said. Now, how y'all feel about this? Let's get this one more time. OG Bobby, I see you in the building. Now, I need y'all to pay attention about this one more time. See, now that I got y'all attention, everybody laughing and paying attention to what I was saying. AP, what's happening? And we got any gang members in here. Why are you throwing up the blood sign like that? What's going on, man? Eve say, I'm on him now, chase a blood clot pepper. Pepper, chichiman dot. He always had them chichi looks, though. I always thought him and Steph, real rap right now, I always thought him and Stephon had a different relationship. I'm on him now look like a blood clot lovers. She looked tougher than him. Pay attention to the picture. I picked this picture for a reason. She looked like she could do security in a meat market. And he looking like he giving out pamphlets at church. Look at her, man. Look at him. Fuck that. Not look at her. Look at him. Look at that nigga. One thing I gotta say, man, shout out to China Brim. Y'all be fucking with China. Where them baby pics at, Eve? Shout out to China Brim. 050 China Brim is the movie. He was the first one that brought this to the attention of the internet. He was the first one that brought this to the attention of the internet. I got to give my guy his props. I got to give him his props because I don't know if y'all heard about this, but do y'all hear what's going on? They saying that Troy Ave and Chef Geoff was faking it for the gram. See, you think motherfuckers be on Instagram doing shit for clicks and views. This nigga podcast, they saying, is not going as successfully as he anticipated. They say his podcast. That's a fact, OG. I had that video. When the meat fell out and people said it was fake. That wasn't fake. I had to bring this up because Brooklyn, we talking about this. I done had a couple people, yo, guys, why you ain't talking about the Troy Ave shit? Nigga making us look bad, boy. I'm like, he ain't making me look bad. But then again, he from Brooklyn. Got on a good Sergio Chinchini suit. I want to go over this video right quick. If y'all got some time, I got some time. I want to go over this video right quick. Because China figured it out first. China figured this shit out first. I said, oh shit, it was so much to this video. I want to see if y'all can figure out all the problems and all the things that he did wrong in this video. Yeah, YouTube users, check this out. Now pay attention. When he's walking up dancing, the producer, so he's a party producer. He's one of them dudes that promote parties. He's a party promoter. He said he was happy that him and Troy Ave had just finished a show that they sold out. So they were celebrating because they got the bag. That little thing that was in his hand was allegedly the bag of money that they received. So pay attention when they pulling up and pay attention to the back of the truck. When Troy and them is walking up, don't look at that. Just look into the back of the wood grain and you'll see somebody run around. You will see somebody run around. Pay attention to this fallout. Now see right there? See the guy that was driving the Bentley truck? He's a big promoter out there. Troy Ave just did a show. The thing in his hand is the bag of money, but I want you to look behind Troy Avenue head with right over here with his landscaping of this wood stops. Over there where it gets a little bit dark, and then you're going to see somebody creeping from behind the truck. It's just it's different. Let's go. Look at a person right there. You see the feet? Person walked up right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nigga, the person come out right there. Right there. Right there. Troy Ave is a convicted felon. What the fuck is he doing with a gun? If he's a convicted felon, what was he doing with a firearm? Hey, Cynical One. That's the fact. He done did that nigga from Empire shit. He done did a Jesse Smollett. He said, fake or not, Troy can't shoot. Think about that shit, E. What you got, first of all, you a big, successful rapper. You're a big, successful rapper. And I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I ain't gonna be no nigga that never throw dirt on a nigga. The nigga was getting a bag in the block. He was getting a bag. I'm talking about this young nigga when he was getting a bag. When he first came out with the White Christmas rap series, when he had the little group of them, let me tell you something. This little nigga was getting to a bag. Hold on. I ain't gonna never take that away from him. Did I say he made the right decision right here by trying to shop for clout? No. But that little nigga was getting to a bag. And he a shooter in real life, dog. I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I'm gonna tell y'all a real Brooklyn story. Ain't no allegedly to it. Niggas was getting to a bag and right there, right on Troy Avenue. And he had his uncle running a little spot for him, and his uncle fucked up some money. That boy shot his uncle in the stomach. Yeah, Google his name. That nigga shot his uncle in the motherfucking stomach with that paper. But this right here is another sad case of when wanting to be something that you're not goes wrong. See, you know why he fucking up right now? Because now gangsters is trying to be regular civilians. And it's kind of hard. It's a hard turnover. Just like a lot of the regular civilians is running around now trying to act like they're gangsters. Everything is reversing. See, Troy Ave is trying to be a podcast content creator. He just did a merger with DJ Academics. Academics just put some money into him. He's trying to be a content creator. He's trying to get up on the blogs and I guess talk about certain things that may be important to him, may be important to his viewers, may be important to certain things pertaining to the rap industry. Certain knowledge he could be able to talk about that would be very interesting, especially people that's following him for his rap, or especially following him since the situation that happened with him and Tax Stone. Rest in peace to Banger, when Banger unfortunately was killed with the situation at Irving Plaza in Brooklyn. This right here seems like to be a desperate attempt. Shout out to China Brim. He's the first one to say it. You know why this is fucked up? You didn't hear nothing about no police involved. Now, think this out of net. They could have said they came for him because they followed him knowing he was the promoter. Now, pay attention. The blue bag that was in the guy that was driving the Bentley truck, that was money. He had that bag and he had a little bit of money in his hand. That's what he was dancing. Remember, he was Supposedly he was happy because they just had another successful sold out show because they're in San Diego. They're in San Diego right now. So Troy Ave, I don't think he really thinking because number one, somebody came and got the body. Oh, so that body cut up. Where's it being mixed with some concrete right now? You got a funeral parlor, it's ashes now. First of all, Troy, I don't think he would be that ignorant because number one, it's going to be an investigation behind this because that video went viral. Got what he wanted. You know how sometimes niggas be wanting to go viral? They'll do anything to go viral. He got what he wanted. He went viral. Now what happens? You think the police don't want to investigate an alleged shooting? What, hold the fuck up. Hold up. The only reason why we're under the assumption and insinuating that this is false and this is clout because ain't no police been involved. That don't mean this shit ain't happened. It could be a nigga in a motherfucking funeral home right now, burnt to ashes. There could be a nigga somewhere cut up right now. Who knows what happened? Because he did hit him, dog. He did hit him. Why the police not talking about it? So they start looking at shit like, so hold on, is this some deeper investigation? Is this cartel? Is the police involved with it? Why didn't the police come to the house? Hold on, now we're investigating the damn police. Hold on, is this, like you said, is this a goddamn movie? What do you mean someone's killed in a drive on camera now? Oh, the shit is on camera. Means somebody shot on camera. Say he didn't die. So what y'all did? Y'all grabbed him up. Y'all took him somewhere and punished him, killed him and buried him. Allegedly just talking. Not nothing serious. Just allegations that's coming to my head. So right now, he need to understand there's going to be an investigation. There's going to be an investigation of that shit. This whole thing right here, this is going to be investigated, y'all. Pay attention. Watch him pick up the blue bag. He left a little bit of money on the floor. He tried to go back for the money before he started shooting, but he took that blue bag. Somebody going to jail. Somebody going to jail. And if Troy, if this is some bullshit that you doing, this comes from me in Brooklyn. We got to say this to you right quick. Let's go.
You's a bitch ass nigga. That's a fact, man. You's a bitch, nigga. You's a bitch ass nigga. On my soul. On my soul. You a pussy, you ain't shit without that pole. You's an internet nigga, you's a troll. Let your day ones put their trust in you and you told. You's a bitch ass nigga. You niggas mutts. You be out here pillow talking to these sluts. Crazy. You the type I fuck around and get you touched. You the type be selling mids and be telling them it's brunch. You's a bitch ass nigga. It never fails. On my block, you get shot for making sounds. We be focused on a plan to run the world. Facts. You be joking on your mans in front of girls. You's a bitch ass nigga. Just another sucker. You's a chain snatching mic on motherfucker. You the nigga in the circle that I caught stealing. Man, I cried cause I couldn't kill him. You's a bitch ass nigga. Why you a hoe like that? Why you gonna snake your right hand for some dough like that? Why you gonna run up on the pack that he gonna throw right back? When you real shit don't go like that. You's a bitch ass nigga, bitch. You done ran over some bricks, you done copped a couple fits, now you frontin' like you rich. You's a bitch, You done hit a couple chicks, now you all up in the mix. You get caught up, you gon' snitch. You done got a nigga life big. And when you die, they gon' say you was a nice kid. Like he ain't never did nothing to nobody. And you would never be nothing, nobody. Just a bitch ass.
Shout out to them boys in Patterson, man. Shout out to them boys in Patterson. I don't know if y'all heard what's going on, man. They got 40 million on our president head. They got 40 on him. Like Compy say, 40 years. The Iranian government has just had to let the United States of America know that they have people in their country, not them, they're saying it ain't them. They saying it's rebellious militants and their determination right now. The only thing they got on their mind right now is assassinating our president. $40 million? 40, hold on, this is what I'm saying to you. $40 million. They said they want 40, they're going to give somebody $40 million if they just knock his head off. There's something behind this. There's something really, really behind this situation right here. I have heard about the attempts on presidents' lives. I remember when they shot Ronald Reagan. I remember when they tried to shoot him the first time, when he got nipped in his ear. But I'm talking about this Iranian group, militia, has said, yo, check this out. We got 40 million, y'all. Y'all know what $40 million is? Let me explain something to you. For $40 million, a secret agent, a secret service agent will kill him. GP, I see you. He says, salute Big Dice in the chat. I'm going to catch the beginning later on. I know y'all heard about this. Them Iranians said they got 40 million for somebody to knock his head off. I know some niggas that done try to knock his head off for 500. $40 million. That's a hell of a motherfucking ticket, man. I ain't never heard of that. That's a hell of a motherfucking ticket. And they don't even care. They telling you where it's coming. They ain't trying to disguise it. That's a fact, Harley. Harley said his money longer. That's a fact. But y'all ready for this one? Them people around them, money ain't that long. Them Secret Service agents, their money ain't that long. Them chefs. Pay attention. Kill is a kill. When we hear about killing somebody, first thing run through our mind is, oh, they shot him. Nah, I said they got 40 million to knock his head off, meaning they don't want him breathing no more. First of all, them cooks that cook for the president, their money ain't long. Their money ain't long. Them people that clean up the White House and clean up all them Oval services and all that, yeah, they got to go through extensive backgrounds. But you got to understand, some people, they are willing to die for their family to be happy, for their kids to be successful, for their kids to be well. I know some motherfuckers for 40 million, if they can get in touch with them niggas and be like, yo, check this out, man. I'm going to need you to cash out 10 million to 4 different people, but I'm going to knock his head off. The minute I knock his head off, I need to see that them people got that. It's people, check this out, that'll go in and do it to die. There's motherfuckers that come to work every day that will come in that motherfucker and their only objective will be to make sure that they unalive the president of the United States because they know that that bread, let me explain it to you. Think about something right now. Niggas say, yo, I got 40 million for you. And niggas send you 10 million. We got 10 million for you up front. Here, everything you need, get that. That's you. Hold that 10. Or what if they said something more outlandish? We're going to give you 20 up front. You can't beat these type of people. They're going to come kill everybody you love. Everything about you. If they telling you they got 40 million to give away to assassinate the president, you know what type of money they're going to spend on you if you try to break out. This is actually a dangerous moment right now in the motherfucking White House. If you really want to think, besides all the other terroristic attempts that's coming to the White House that's not discussed. Overdose salute. That's not discussed. Why do you think they have them defense programs set up? The Minister of Defense and defensive Fred and all that bullshit sounded like some bullshit. Because there's always going to be an attempt on something pertaining to that White House. It ain't just Donald Trump. Do you know how many of them terrorists out there would love to say that they blew up the White House? And the fucked up part about it is, I don't know if anybody ever been to DC. The White House is right across the street from one of the most dangerous fucking projects in Washington, D.C. That's a fact. The White House is literally across the street from one of the most dangerous projects in Washington, D.C. at one time. That's a fact. That's a fact. You remember when they set up the whole thing? If you ever seen the Cocaine Cowboys documentary where they had the first George Bush, not the son, the senior, they had a nigga bring an ounce of crack cocaine to the White House just to lock him up. They paid him to bring it there because he was getting money in DC, and then they locked his ass up. And then the president did a commercial and said, look, we just got this right literally off the lawn step of the White House. This is destroying our world. Check, they lined that up. This is all facts. You can look this up. You can Google all this shit. Them motherfuckers gave a black dude, they said, yo, what you want for a zip? Back then, them zips was going for like $1,500, $1,700. They said, we got $3,000 for an ounce of that crack cocaine that y'all out there dealing with, and them greedy ass niggas. This is cold-blooded facts. The president of the United States, George Bush Sr., them niggas lined it up. He didn't go to the niggas straight up and down, no, but he had the people that went to him. This is facts. It's all been documented. It all came back to the White House. Niggas say, yo, we're going to give you $3,000 for that ounce. The niggas say, you got $3,000 for the ounce? I told you give me $1,500, $1,600. You going to give me $3,000? Yeah, because that's how niggas think. See, the first thing they gonna do is, yo, I'm selling them, niggas just came and copped an ounce of this shit. I got that drop, nigga. The motherfucking president smoking this shit, nigga. Nigga just came and bought an ounce of them. You seen that motherfucking car that came over here with them president tags on it, that bulletproof long goddamn limousine. Them niggas coming to buy from me. That's how niggas move. That's how niggas move. People with some sense would have been like, crack? What? What are you talking about? And that same nigga that sold that crack to them, you ain't heard about him since. But you seen George Bush with the motherfucking crack. The nigga had the ounce of crack cooked up right on TV. He said, yeah, I just bought this literally on the lawn. He said, on the lawn of the White House. This shit is different, man. This shit is really different. Y'all heard about the situation, right? So let's hear what they got to say. Because they got something they want to say. They're not scared. And it got to be something that's very, very dangerous, y'all. Because there's so much stuff, there's so many threats that come towards them, like I said, that they don't talk about. So why is this one so important?
Night with a tremendous amount of gratitude. A little more than a year ago, an assassin's bullet came within a millimeter of taking President Trump's life. Instead, that horrific day in Butler, Pennsylvania was the start of what was a historic year for Donald Trump and our country and frankly, the world. Just take a moment, reflect on all that has happened. Trump eviscerated the left's lawfare, and that's only beginning. And we have an investigative report tonight. He got elected president again, this time by a wide electoral margin, winning all swing states and the popular vote. And as president, his policies and actions have been a monumental success. Our border is now secure. Criminal illegals are being deported in record numbers. Inflation is finally under control. Our economy is beginning to boom. You see it at the pump. Gas prices are at 5-year lows. And the U.S. federal government, they just posted their first monthly surplus in over 20 years. And meanwhile, Congress passed the largest tax cuts in American history, and families and working men and women are the biggest beneficiaries. No tax on tips and overtime. It is now the law of the land. We are also on a path towards energy dominance, and a nuclear-armed Iran that has been dismantled. What a difference 1 year and 1 millimeter can make. And we are not officially at the 6-month mark of Donald Trump being president for now the second time. Unfortunately, we are still dealing with many of the threats that were left behind from the last administration.
You see that? You see what they telling y'all right now? They still dealing with shit.
Is working around the clock to identify, locate, deport violent criminals. That includes murderers, rapists, other violent criminals, and known terrorists in our country, Iranian assassination squads in our country, cartel members, gang members, drug dealers, all in our country. On top of all of this, breaking tonight, extremists in Iran have reportedly raised a whopping $40 million as a reward for assassinating President Trump. This all.
Come on, I don't think y'all paying attention. Y'all sleep. Listen to what he said again. Listen to what type of people that are already here in our state. Yo, listen to me. Well, fuck y'all think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Y'all might be working with one. They already tell. Listen to what he said. The type of individuals that are already here. Am I against that? Nope. May sound crazy. Nope. I'm not against that. I'm not against a group of people that were tormented, prosecuted, and tortured in their country, and the only thing they was raised and ever taught was to rebel against a diplomacy that never gave them nothing. I'm not against that, because this is how they raised them. That's how they was raised and brewed in their countries for the things they was going through in them third world countries. So them survivalistic tactics that they're bringing to the United States, of course, it's fucked up that it's happening to us, but it's not fucked up that it's happening to us. Did that go over your head? Did that go over your head? It's fucked up that the American people, like in New York, in Texas, in Houston, in the South down here, are quote unquote being robbed. It's fucked up that they say quote unquote a lot of these people are taking over these jobs, but it's because of us. Is because of the quote unquote Americans and citizens that don't want to act like adults and human beings. Respectfully, welfare fucked us up. I say us because of where I was raised at. I never was on welfare. Facts. But that shit fucked all of us up. They knew what they was doing. Once they started giving you something for free. So now when you got these people that's coming from these countries like Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, El Salvador, Haiti, all these type of places that people are not giving. When they come and they see us, they see the government. They see, first of all, we can't trust y'all neither. That's why a lot of Africans don't fuck with us. They say we can't trust y'all neither. Because y'all so stupid, y'all won't even fight for what's right and wrong. And then they say, if you won't fight for what's right and wrong, you're a part of what's wrong. So now in their eyes, a lot of these migrants are looking at us as enemies. This shit is not to be played with. Listen to the type of individuals and militia groups that already are here in the United States of America. First of all, you see that picture up here in the middle? They shot that nigga. What do you think? Is he standing over here, quote unquote, with somebody in this different type of country and they have descended of black country that he's safe? Nah, niggas ain't playing.
Fortunately, we are still dealing with many of the threats that were left behind from the last administration. ICE is working around the clock to identify, locate, deport violent criminals. That includes murderers, rapists.
Listen, ISIS is working around the clock to try to find and locate violent criminals. Check what type of criminals they looking for, though, y'all.
Administration. ICE is working around the clock to identify, locate, deport violent criminals. That includes murderers, rapists, other violent.
And check this out. If they're working around the clock, trying to identify, that means they don't even know who the fuck is who. So that means the same nigga that's working next to you in your motherfucking job could be one of them. They still trying to identify, photograph, names. No, they don't even know who they are looking for. You see how dangerous that shit is? Yeah, they got all this shit going around and all this so-called intense high security. No. The most dangerous thing the devil ever did was convince the world that he didn't exist. The people that are coming through on these passage groups with the government, they're not telling you who they really are. They're telling you who they want you to think they are to get over to the land of opportunity. This shit right here affects everybody. Because if something do happen to Donald Trump, if something happens to the president of the United States, that shit is going to open up, seriously, this shit is going to open up where we have no more freedom. You think about third world country, we will have no more freedom. They said, no, first of all, if something happened to a president on their watch like that, now, in this day and time, no, something bad going to happen.
Many of the threats that were left behind from the last administration. ICE is working around the clock to identify, locate, deport violent criminals. That includes murderers, rapists, other violent criminals, and known terrorists in our country, Iranian assassination squads in our country, cartel members, gang members, drug dealers, all in our country. On top of all of this, breaking tonight, extremists in Iran have reportedly raised a whopping $40 million as a reward for assassinating President Trump. This all because Joe and Kamala and Mayorkas, they all lied to us for 4 years. They said the border was closed, but they allowed millions and millions of unvetted illegal immigrants from over 200 countries, including countries with terror ties, into our country. The task ahead is monumental. The good news is a lot of progress is being made, but it's going to be hard. Thousands of criminal illegal aliens are now taken into ICE custody every week. There was a raid at a California marijuana farm that resulted in the arrest of more than 300 illegal immigrants. Among those detained were 10 exploited minors working at the marijuana farm. What do we call that? Oh, that's right, child abuse, alongside a notorious sex predator from Mexico. And now the left, they are up to...
Yo, you see them people? Them niggas is beef. Them niggas is warring with the police. They don't give a fuck about that shit, son. They just... let me go back to one more time. Fruit, I see you in the building. Let me go back to let this man explain to you what type of people that are in this building, that are in this type of country already. He said that ISIS still trying to identify and find out. They have Iranian. Check out. The Iranians just put up 40 million for the assassination of our president. But check this out. They just said to you that they are Iranian assassination groups in the United States. Appreciate you, Fruit. You know, I try to stay away from that crazy shit. Shout out to Fruit. If y'all didn't understand, everybody was talking about the shit with Laz and Mano, and Fruit said the same thing I said, to know both people. Nah, I stay out of that. I stay out of that. I don't want no advocation when it's Brooklyn. Like I tell niggas, like if you really was outside back in the days, there's too many, I got too many stories that I don't even like thinking about of bad situations of Brooklyn going against Brooklyn. I'm an advocate for Brooklyn, y'all. I can't lie to you. I can't lie for you. I'm really, really an advocate for where I'm from. So I grew up with that whole shit. This projects don't like this projects. Or these niggas beefing over this. Or this strip was they strip. And now niggas had to, nah, this niggas came from jail. And then all of a sudden niggas act like they don't want to show the due respect. I've seen all of that so much amongst us, amongst Brooklyn. This is something that I never want to see and never going to be a part of. Fruit says some real shit. If you don't have no connections to Jermaine or St. Laz, you shouldn't even really be rapping about that shit. My prayers go to both sides. I hope that shit just dwindles down, because just like Fruit said, just like I said, it's like another bunch of positive people, Ja Ace, Zeke Black, we all talk about how the damaging effects of just joking. Some of y'all be trolling and joking. People not playing. Some people not playing. For real. Excuse me, y'all. Somebody at my door. Let me give y'all some good music for a second.
Where I'm from, they sucking to get their wigs laced. Every other week, new nigga in their kids' face. Free stems with each purchase, good service matters. and so through black lives, so we serving crackers. Dug in my ass 50 times to the last crumb. If it wasn't for hard luck, we wouldn't have none. Bought my advance to the plug, this is my last run. Industry niggas is getting bitches ass done. I'm so far from a rap dude. Turn myself in with subs, booth, if I ever had to. Wish I just homies versus be a kite to niggas. And I'm alright with not being alright with niggas. Cause my feature price rise weekly. For 3K, I'll rap like Andre before the die sheet. As far as the game, I'm only halfway out. Just bought Yank a new coat, he in the halfway house. More money, more murders, we invest in burners. Know them rusty 38s made us early earners. When you walk inside my kitchen, you can smell an odor. Yeah, that hard white cooking got that stellar aroma. They hit my homie in the head, he came up out that coma. Graduated in the Fed, they gave me my diploma. We got that fuego base. Trapping out of alleyways where it ain't so safe. My nigga, it ain't no face, it ain't no case. My nigga speeding and it ain't no brakes. And it's death before dishonor in my circle, so it ain't no snakes. And these bitches where we ain't gon' chase. And we ain't knocking on no doors, we gon' kick them in. I give a fuck what size the bullets, we gon' fit them in. I know that water come with pressure, nigga, hold it. Niggas be in interrogation rooms, folded.
Shout out for everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Phoenix Blaze, I see you in the building. I need you to pull up. We're going to do it this weekend. And y'all said it because I'm going to holler at Chillin'. We're going to do some great conversations with Chillin' with Love because I'm going to get into her mind in a great grown folks way. But back to this situation with the president. If we don't pay attention to what's going on, that shit is going to really, really come back and fuck us up. Martial law will go into effect. Martial law will go into effect. Listen to what they're saying, y'all.
Administration. ICE is working around the clock to identify, locate, deport violent criminals. That includes murderers, rapists, other violent criminals, and known terrorists in our country, Iranian assassination squads in our country, cartel members, gang members, drug dealers, all in our country. On top of all of this, breaking tonight, extremists in Iran have reportedly raised a whopping $40 million as a reward for assassinating President Trump. This all because Joe and Kamala and Mayorkas, they all lied to us for 4 years. They said the border was closed, but they allowed millions and millions of unvetted illegal immigrants from over 200 countries, including countries with terror ties, into our country. The task ahead is monumental. The good news is a lot of progress is being made, but it's going to be hard. Thousands of criminal illegal aliens are now taken into ICE custody every week. There was a raid at a California marijuana farm that resulted in the arrest of more than 300 illegal immigrants. Among those detained were 10 exploited minors working at the marijuana farm. What do we call that? Oh, that's right, child abuse, alongside a notorious sex predator from Mexico. And now the left, they are up in arms, not because of that, not because Joe Biden allowed violent predators to cross into our country unvetted, and then lost track of literally to hundreds of thousands of unaccompanied minors.
Now, you want to hear the fucked up part about that shit is, man? It's how they describing the people that's fighting for what they believe in. And they talking about unaccompanied minors and stuff like that. Them people, they revolting. That's what a revolution is. They are revolting. You see them people, that's cartel members. They chasing the feds away from their property. That's like down here in the South. If the police try to step foot on what they call down here Indian reservations, this private land that's owned by Indians, relation of Indian. If you step 1 foot on their property, they have the right to kill you. That same thing that's going on in Mexico right there. Don't let them people fool you. The cartel run Mexico. Think about that. The cartel runs Mexico. They are outgunned. They're outnumbered. They have the cartel has more sources. And am I knocking them for that? Nope. Nope. Because just like if you want to think about Mexico and say, oh, it's always been known for this place because of coke and la 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 la. We got to start talking about Saudi Arabia, which is known with poppy seeds for heroin, et cetera, et cetera. Any type of continent across the world that is known to grow something pertaining to cocaine or heroin, we got to blame them. We can't do that. Everybody trying to eat, everybody trying to survive. You can't blame nobody for trying not to be hungry. It's just fucked up when the politics come inside of it, because see how they're describing them people? Yeah, some of them is murderers. Yeah, some of them are rapists. But we already got that over here in the United States. So what the fuck they got to do with it? Once you say, describe, we have dangerous criminals. That should be a self-explanatory description of the individual you're dealing with, instead of going into in exact detail of what they did. Well, you know he killed 3 kids. All that. They did that for the money, man. And this shit is all being played with the taxpayers' dollars and our motherfucking freedom, because it's lining us up for martial law.
But because ICE is now detaining criminals and rescuing these children, by the way, and as a big thank you, Democrats are attacking the people that are protecting the kids. And not just with words. Look at what's going on. According to the DHS, assaults on federal officials are up a whopping 700%. A lot of these agents are being set up. These agents get attacked now almost every single day. It is underreported. Let's look at this timeline. July 2nd, a man repeatedly ramming an ICE vehicle with his car in California. July 4th, a group of far-left extremists attacking an ICE detention facility in Texas. In that case, shooting a local law enforcement officer in the process. July 7th, a gunman opening fire at the entrance of the United States Border Patrol annex in Texas. July 8th, masked rioters assaulting ICE agents at a San Francisco courthouse. July 10th, scores of rioters attacking ICE agents that at that marijuana farm in California. One even pulled a weapon and fired it in the direction of law enforcement. On July 11th, more violence against federal officials, this time in Portland, Oregon. And tonight, a California state professor is now facing federal charges after throwing a tear gas canister at law enforcement. And we could pretty much go on for the rest of the hour, on and on and on. Make no mistake.
Back to what I'm saying, we're the dangerous part in our motherfucking life right now, ladies and gentlemen. They got 40 million for anybody that's already here that's a part of their militia or not. It's gonna fuck with us. 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 One way or another, they're preparing for martial law. It's already inevitable. It's just gonna happen. It's just because of things that, like they said, they wanna blame it on the immigrants / migrants or the people that's coming from these countries. See, what they're doing is these countries aren't ignorant. See, part of these negotiations and these deals that's going on at them peace treaties and United Nations and all that, we're not going to see the quote unquote fine print. Like if you buying something where the fine print says, if this does messed up, if you don't have some, see, we don't get to see the fine print. See, the fine print is exchange, foreign exchange. For each individual you send over, we give you some money and a grant. Foreign exchange. Haitian, Black, El Salvador, Hispanic, whatever. Foreign exchange. If you're from a foreign country and you're trying to come over here and capitalize, we're going to give you some motherfucking money. Check this out, though. When they told them that they can send people where the government, in my opinion, fucked up is, United States of America, should have said from day one, all them criminals y'all got over there, keep them niggas over there. Same thing happened in the movie Scarface. See, what they did is they said, oh, y'all want some people? Y'all want a bunch of people? But you never told them not to send criminals. So they said, we're going to flush all the countries that got down with this. They said, well, we're going to get rid of our motherfucking most dangerous people first. And then we're going to sprinkle in 10 or 20 good people every time we send some. So if you got 1,500 people that's coming at a time, maybe 150 of them are decent, hard working people, maybe 300. The rest of them, They do what they do. By any means. These is impoverished countries we talking about, y'all. Very fucked up countries when it comes to that economic system. They make their own hustles. They make their own hustles. Mexico in 96, I think the top pay, people was getting $33 a month. They were selling tangerines. That was in 96 at the How Could I Be Down concert. Niggas out there selling tangerines. Mexico made their place pop. Last thing I want to show you is about Lil Meech. Lil Meech fucking with them pills. Yep. Yeah, he fucking with them pills. He fucking with them pills. All that motherfucking money, he fucking with them pills. The young man that was with Big Meech's son, Little Meech, when they was pulled over, and 2 firearms was found, and opioid pills was found, he has some shit to say. He said the reason why, quote unquote, he was even around Big Meech is because of his background and who he is. Family members felt as though he would be a good role model as far as when he was younger, he did some things, went to jail, changed his life. Now he'd be an older, responsible person to be around. But everybody not hearing about Meech. Meech got the problem with them pills. He fucking with them opioids real bad. He fucking with them opioids real bad. So what the man was saying is when they got pulled over, Big Meech took his gun off, Lil Meech took his gun off his waist and pushed it over to him in the car and then threw pills on him. He said he already fighting cases. And you see, we wouldn't believe no bullshit like that. Not the star of BMF. Not the big drug kingpin going to Mexico with his uncle. Not his son, not his bloodline. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. This shit right here is crazy. Can you dig it? Fair YouTube uses, man. All urban century. These niggas going crazy.
One thing it's
you see it right here. Little Meech's former friend claims he's facing fed time after Meech put drugs and guns on him during a traffic stop. During a traffic stop. He said, yo, he put that stuff on him, man. He said he put drugs on him. Let's go.
another. Why'd I log on to the internet today and Lil Meech's former friend claims he's facing fed time after Meech put drugs and guns on him during a traffic stop?
Good, man. Hey, also, Charlie, right here. It's not legal. It's not legal. It's not legal to have a firearm. Huh? Talking about the other guy? Yeah. Oh.
Lil Meech's former best friend left a caption on the video and said, "This is what made them search me again." Asking about the other stuff is crazy, man. But basically, he's saying Lil Meech, his
damn.
Look
at Meech asked him, y'all found that other stuff?
Guns on him during the traffic stop.
Good, man. Hey, also, Charlie, right here. It's not legal. It's not legal. It's not legal to have a firearm. Huh? Talking about the other guy? Yeah. Oh.
You heard what the cop told him? The cop said, yo, that's not illegal. He said, what's not illegal? He said to have a firearm. Police told him, yo, you ain't in no trouble for having no gun, stupid. Nigga Meech said, what about that other stuff?
Lil Meech's former friend claims he's facing fed time after Meech put drugs and guns on him during a traffic stop.
Good, man. Hey, also, Charlie, right here. It's not legal. It's not legal. It's not legal to have a firearm. Huh? Talking about the other guy? Yeah. Oh.
Lil Meech's former best friend left.
Yeah, he done. Yeah, he done. Yeah, Meech done. But see, East New York said, damn, shaking my head. No prescription, you done. You right. But see, Meech ain't take the charge. Meech pushed the pills on him. Now they gave him a fed case. Now think about it. Like you said, you get caught with them pills and you don't got no prescription, you was fried duck sauce. And you got 2 guns? Remember, the guy said, yo, take my motherfucking charge. He said the only reason why them niggas grabbed me because they smelled the weed on me. He said, like, I had like a little 7 on me. He said, I smoked bud. He said, and he found the firearm. He said, then niggas wanted to pull me back out the car. He said, they come back talking about they want to search me again. He was like, nah, man. That nigga already patted me down, and he was holding the pills for Meech. When Meech threw the pills on his lap, he took them. He said he had him up in there moving on fast. He cuffed him. He buffed him. He said, fuck it. He gonna hold it for the young boy. That nigga said, yo, y'all found that other shit? Because the police told him. He said, yo, why you so nervous? He said, this ain't illegal. He said, huh? He said, having a firearm is not illegal. He said, but what about that other stuff? He said, did you check him? He asked the police, did you check him? Cop said, oh, hold on. I'll be right back. The cop left. Told the other cop, yo, hold up. Get that nigga out there and pat him down again, son. Maybe I missed something. And he had the opioid pills on him. This is crazy right here, man. This is really, really crazy. You can play and you can act. You can act. You can act like, because if you watch BMF, anytime the police got behind him, he was cool, calm, and collected. You know, in the scripted world, he'll throw his BMW or his Mercedes-Benz on a U-turn and outrun the police, and he'll laugh and get away, as the bad guy usually does on television. But that shit don't work in the real world. They had an incident with him when he was at the airport. Same situation over a fucking gun. Same situation over a gun and some weed that was in his bag. And you know what Meech said? He said, that's the bodyguards. He said, I swear to God, he said, that's the bodyguards. He said, do you know who I am? I'm Little Meech. I play Big Meech. I work for 50 cents. The nigga told the police, you see all this jewelry I got on? That's what he told the police. You see all this jewelry I got on? Because he was under the assumption, well, he wasn't under the assumption that day. He knew his ass was going to jail. But he did the same thing. He said it was the bodyguards. He said the bodyguards had left that in I didn't even check my bag. That's theirs. He said, I'll tell you everything you need to know. It's theirs. It's a new day, y'all. It's a new day. I mean, before I get out of here, I want y'all to look at this one more time. I want to show you what type of world we got right now. This is the new day we got. This is the new world that we are dealing with. This is the new world that we are dealing with. Everything is an illusion. Everything is an illusion. Everything. But as long as you stay on your dean, as long as you stay on your swivel, as long as you stay on your dean and you stay on your swivel, certain things I don't think we were going to have to worry about, because this right here is going to be enough for me to think about, because no way in hell, Megan He Stallion is supposed to be messing with Klay Thompson. Troy Ave, he did bad, man. He did bad. You did bad. You did bad for Brooklyn, Troy. That's a cold-blooded fact. East New York said, what we got to do now is we got to tell our sons. Let us show you the baby pictures. Let her show you baby pictures, public school pictures, junior high school pictures, high school pictures. Facts. Facts. Because when you pay attention to the look in his face, you got to understand something. You got to look, he's not used to serving. He's a basketball player. She has turned him out. And he don't care no more. And that's what's messed up with the world right now. A lot of people just don't care no more. Y'all better pay attention to it, because I'm going to pay attention to what's going on, what they talking about with this Trump and this $40 million bounty on his head. That's abnormal behavior. Remember, y'all heard it first. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?